Alright, tonight I'm going to take a look at one of the cheaper sets that Lionel produced, and this is set 11520, and it was from 1965. Now this was a, I guess you would want to call it a Scout type set. It had the 242 steam loco with the plastic Scout motor. It did have forward and reverse. It had the Lionel Lines 1062T slope back tender. It had the Lionel Line 6142 gondola with canisters. If you note, there's one non-Lionel load with this thing. It doesn't belong with the set. The only really good car in the set is the Lionel Lines 3362 helium tank unloading car, which is a action car. When you stick it over one of the activating tracks and operate it, it dumps the helium canister loads, which are silver painted wood with this thing. It's got the 6176 Lehigh Valley hopper in yellow, and then it has the 6059 Missouri and St. Louis caboose. All these cars are pretty low end. Most of them have one fixed coupler, one operating coupler, and I'd have to say that given my choice between this set and a Mark set, which was always regarded as a lower end cheap toy store set, the Mark sets I have, say for example with a Mark 1666 engine, are better. I mean, that's my opinion, and for what it's worth. This set was the beginning of the end as far as quality went with Lionel. Now, having said all that, it does run alright. It's not a real inspiring train to run, and I'll send it around the layout a couple times. The one thing this set does do that a lot of Scout engines don't do is it does actually run, and it reverses pretty reliably. So that's one thing about this set. Now, just for comparison to the type of set that was available in 1965, this is set number 11560, and this is headed up by the Texas Special 211 engine and trailer. And this engine is a real no-frills Elco. It's got the 2-position E unit. At least it does reverse. It's got no axle magnet traction, so it won't be the strongest puller they ever made. But it's got a nice paint scheme, and it's very colorful, and I think it looks good. And the consist for this train was real similar to the Scout set earlier. It's got the 6142 gondola. It's got the 6465 orange tank car. It's got the 6473 horse car, which I always thought was a pretty funny car. It always makes me laugh when the horses pop in and out of those little windows. It's got the black Lehigh Valley hopper and the 6059 Missouri and St. Louis caboose. Now, this set here, it could have also come with the yellow hopper that was included in the earlier Steam set, and the canister car here. That could have been a blue one also, but the green one is a valid substitution in that set. When you get these cheaper sets, it's I always think that the diesel sets are the better value for the money. Now, this set at the time cost about $18 more than the Steam set, so it was, especially for the time, it was a bit more money, but you got a much better running set. Even though these Elcos are kind of cheap, and they run pretty well, they're nice and smooth, and they really don't give any trouble like the Scout sets tend to do. It's got I like the orange and black tank cards. These sets were, if nothing else, they were very colorful. So what I'm going to do is I'll send this around a couple times, and you can see how it runs. Okay, another set from 1965 is this set number 11530, and this had the Lionel 634 Santa Fe NW2 switcher, which again was really a lower end item. It has no axle magnet traction, does have a 2-position reverse unit, and it runs fairly well. Now this this engine here could have had the safety stripes, as they called them, on the cab, but not all of them had that, and this one does not. The set came with the 6142 green gondola. A blue gondola would have been a valid substitution in this set. It has the 6014 Ship It on the Frisco plug door box car, and this set also has the 6402 flat car with two reels, although this car I don't think there's a part number on it. And taking up the end of the train here now is the 6130 Lionel work caboose. Now all these are sort of low-end cars, one fixed, one operating coupler, and it's a nice enough set. It runs well, just nothing spectacular about it. Alright, keeping on with sets from 1965, this is set number 11550, and this consists of this 239 Scout type engine, which is a little different from some of the Scout engines in that the boiler is die cast, and also it has a puffing smoke unit and a headlamp. It also has a traction tire, which is a good thing because given the weight of the whistle tender and the rest of the consist for this train, I think your regular Scout engines would have a little bit of a hard time even pulling the thing. Now next behind that is the number 234W whistle tender, and this is real similar to the 233, except this has the fixed coupler, as do most of the rolling stock in this set have at least one fixed coupler and one working coupler. Now behind that is a 6465 orange two-dome tank car, the 6473 horse car, which seem to be included with a lot of the sets, the Lehigh Valley black hopper, which probably could have been yellow also in this set. It's a 6176. The black one is a valid set component. And behind that is actually a pretty good looking number 6119 work caboose. It's an alright set. I mean, it's good for what it is, and what I'm going to do is I'll send this around the layout a couple times so you can see how it runs. It's actually a pretty good smoker.